Morning. Well, I'm in this sweet little house in Vermont. How cute are these mugs? It's like a little ski chalet. So, yeah, I was just sitting here. It's so beautiful here. I'll show you the outside. Well, I don't know if I can. I'm not so good at that. But anyway, it's really so beautiful here and it's so quiet. Can I also say, I was having this kind of general thought today of how much I love the quiet. And I tell you, in October, it'll be 11 years since I had sugar and flour. Oh my goodness. If you told me 12 years ago that I would just like love the quiet, I'd be like, do you mean you love the chaos? You love the chaos. That's really what you mean. Anyway, it's just such a shout out to, we really become different versions of ourselves, better versions of ourselves. Anyway, and also, hi, so love you guys, so love this group, so grateful to be here all of the time. I was having this thought, I was having this conversation yesterday with a friend of mine who's a BUWS warrior, and we were just talking and yapping. This connection skill is so underrated, my loves. If you don't use it, what's the worst that could happen? You use it and then you're like, oof, I hate people. Okay, no, you have to use it like 5 or 6 times because first cut's the deepest, we don't always like the skill the first time, but like 5 or 6 times. But I mean, can I just say, okay, I'll get to my point, but it might just take a minute. So first, can I just say, I never think I like anything, still to this day. So this has happened to me because I'm quarantining in this beautiful abode in Vermont. And almost every morning, okay, I'll certainly tell you that I woke up on Tuesday morning just out of sorts. So I'm having so much fear these days, just about about good things. It's so weird. I don't know if anybody relates to that, if anybody wants to read a beautiful reading today about kind of being scared of the good things, Melody Beattie's Language of Letting Go, September 18th, is all about that. It's really beautiful. It's not easy leveling up, And so all these really great things are happening right now for me, and it's scary. Without beyond a shadow of a doubt, it's totally scary. But you know what they say, the reading is yeah, just take it a minute at a time for good things. And that's cool. So anyway, on Tuesday, I was totally out of my mind. I wake up pretty crazy. You guys know that about me. And that's why I have to do so many. That's why I'm a skills person, right? Because I have to do so many of them before I can function. But anyway, so on Tuesday, my best friend Drea called me. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm 43 years old. Drea's been my best friend since I'm 22 years old. And I see Drea call. She's one of my huge parts of my power circle, one of my heart friends. I see her name call and I'm like, ugh, I don't want to talk to her because I'm so caught up in the story. Do you know what I mean? I'm so caught up in the story that I don't want Drea to break my story. Hi, Carrie. And so anyway, so obviously I pick up the phone and we talk and we chat. And then by the end of it, I'm I'm so much, it's crazy. Is all I'm saying is that it's crazy. And it's the 2 parts crazy. It's crazy because my first reaction is to not pick up the phone, always. And, we're not responsible for our first thought. We're responsible for our first action. So my first thought is no, you don't want to talk to anyone right now. You need the quiet, whatever it is. I pick up anyway. And, this is one of my favorite things about breaking up with sugar. And I really mean this. This is what I have in over a decade of this. Life can change in a dime. For better, for worse. But on Tuesday morning, it was and then life changed in a dime. She helped to move my thinking patterns around. I had a giggle with her. I listened to her stuff because this is what I'm saying about connection. I'm not always I don't think you should be connecting with someone being I'm in so much trouble. I actually don't actually think that's always useful. Sometimes we pick up the phone or we do a text just to see how someone else is to get us out of ourselves, right? Because this mind can just totally lock us up. So that's like the two part of it. This is not even what I planned to tell you about with my coffee. Hold on, I need a sip. That was a different story. I mean, if you love me, you know I never get to the story, but I will get to the story. So anyway, point is, on Thursday, was that yesterday? I don't even know what day of the week. You know, I don't even know. When you're in like rural Vermont, days, I think today's Friday, so yesterday was Thursday. That's great. So yesterday I was on the phone with a BUWS warrior, and we were talking, and I was telling her my stuff, and then she said her stuff, and she said, you know, I'm just feeling so fat this morning. And I said, because, you know, I try to keep therapist and friendship separate. Not always easy. Ask anybody who's in my life. But so I didn't. And so I said, honey, you know, if I was your eating disorders therapist, I would say that, you know, fat's not a feeling. And let me say, when I first started this adventure of breaking up with sugar and really finding recovery, I would have punched you in the face to tell me that fat wasn't a feeling. And I would have punched you in the face to tell you that like my weight, you know, that like that weight was an outcome, not a measure, right? Because I was just like, couldn't stop gaining weight, couldn't stop eating. It was so crazy. But as my life slowed down and I got more clarity and I got more truth within me, I realized fat's not a feeling. And it's not to say, hey, you know, we don't feel fat. It's just that fat's not a feeling, because this is what I said to her. I said, listen, here's the question you want to ask yourself. In the absence of feeling fat, what would you be feeling right now? Fat's like a little alarm bell. You know what I mean? Fat's like a little alarm bell. Fat is actually a feelings avoider. And also, let me tell you, I don't know if you're like me, but like when I'm like feeling fat, I mean, I'm usually really close to eating. You know, I'm usually really close to binging, or worse in the saga of all of this, I'm close to like not eating and then binging later. And that, you know, drama, noise. Molly is never taken care of. Do you see what I mean? I'm never taken care of. This is the problem. So I'm not saying that, listen, I weigh 325 pounds. Like, you feel fat. But when you're in that moment feeling fat, you need to know we're 3 steps away from having a reactive behavior, right? Going to the food, numbing, isolating, restricting, and then it's this thing we got, you know, it's tricky town. But the real truth is, and I want to tell you what she said because it was fucking beautiful. Excuse my language. I'm really trying not to curse, but it's not working. And I kind of think it's not my brand. I think I curse a little. I don't know if you really take offense to that. I don't know. I can work on it. I don't know. Anyway, so I say to her, I say, honey, listen, if I was your eating disorders therapist, I would say to you, in the absence of feeling fat, what would you have to feel right now, right? And then she got really quiet, and she was like really sad. She said, you know, she was grieving. She had a death that she was grieving, and, you know, it's the Jewish holidays right now, and I think it's bringing up a lot of grief for everybody because everything's so weird in the world. And, you know, and there was our answer. And she texted me later and she said, I got off the phone, I had a big ugly cry, you know, and now I'm feeling better. And look at that. I mean, there's a part of this process after we figure out our food, which is primary. We can't really do the work without figuring out the food, right? It's not about the food, but it's also all about the food. And I don't know, for me, like when I was deep in sugar, I mean, this conversation, I'd be like, it would feel like an alien was talking to me. But when we can slow down after we can heal this relationship with food, these feelings are the next part, because it's about figuring out, if you want to know why you're binge eating all the time, stop binge eating and then you'll figure it out. So it is about us sort of figuring out our feelings and then having them, just giving them a little audience to be felt. And then she didn't feel fat anymore. And I get that. I was actually just thinking that this morning because I had a little cry this morning when I woke up. A fear cry. Don't tell me if, by the way, in the comments, like, I love that. Let me tell you something. Every time I have a little cry for fear, for grief, I am so grateful because I repressed my feelings for so many years and I stuffed them down. So every time I have a feeling now, it's just such a relief because I know I'm releasing something and then I can like move on and grow deeper and all these sorts of things. So fat is not a feeling. That's my long story for fat is not a feeling. I love you guys. Let me know what you think. Leave me a little comment. You know, give me a little like, give me a little something. Know I'm on the right path. Help me help you. What else do you want me to talk about? You know me, I just wake up in the morning, I have a thought, I share it with you. I love you guys. I'm sending you so much love. Side note, we kept that membership site open 24 more hours if you want to sign up for it. If not, no big deal. I love you no matter what. I'll be here. I'm not leaving this group for leave that. And yeah. KIT comments, KIT likes, KIT everything. Keep in touch, it means. And I have a big, huge meeting at 4 o'clock today if anybody wants to send me some juju for the good of the BUWS, for the good of breaking up with sugar. So if you want to like shoot me over a little juju, I'll accepting all of it. And I love you guys so much. And if someone hasn't told you that they love you today, I certainly love you so much. Okay, bye.